everybody, my name is Emma, this is Emma Rose and Books. I make videos about writing, indie publishing, reading, and I do the odd sort of bit of lifestyle or travel vlog here and there. If you'd like that kind of content, please do think about subscribing if you haven't already, and I'd love to have you as one of my subscribers. In today's video, I wanted to talk about how to get into bookstores. My first book came out in October 2018 and I've literally only just figured out how to do this. So I wanted to share it with you. I will of course focus on how to do this in the UK. The procedure is going to be similar in the US, but if you do have any resources on how to go about these things in America or any other place of course, please do leave those in the description below. Equally, if you've got any extra information to add to what I've said, please do add that. So I'm going to talk about things from my experience. But yeah, if you've got anything further to add, please make the comments a really helpful source of information for people. So, to start with, I would recommend that you get friendly with a local bookshop. I'd like to give a big shout out here for the Deal Bookshop, who have been fantastic. I just did a signing with them. But basically I went to them and said, I don't know what I'm doing wrong and can you help me? And so between me looking from my side of things and them looking from their side of things, we managed to figure it out. It's been beneficial to both of us because they have indie writers coming in, and it means that if an indie writer does come in and ask the same questions, they now know how those things are done. So yeah, it's helpful for them to know if there's a book that they want to stock, but they can't access it, that, you know, it helped both of us, I like to think anyway. But yeah, they've been absolutely fab. So if you can get friendly with a shop who can do the same thing for you, you know, and they're able to look on their system and say, yeah, we can see your book, we can order it now, or no, we can't, or this is wrong, or that's really, really helpful. I'd also like to take a moment to give a shout out to Charlie Heathcote, because there was a point when I was struggling with all this when he announced that some of his books were on Waterstones. I said, how have you done this? And he helped me out. So thank you, Charlie, for being a wonderful human and answering my questions. So first of all then, I'm going to talk about how to get your book stocked in Waterstones. I am also going to go on to talking about independent bookstores and other shops as well. So bear with me till the end and I'll go through all of those things. So, why am I so low down? Okay, so first of all then, how to get into Waterstones. So, if you publish through Ingram Spark, Ingram have a direct relationship with Waterstones, which makes it a lot easier. So, all you need to do, publish your book, you go onto Nielsen where you bought your ISBN, it would be Bowker in the US, make sure all your information is correct on the Nielsen site. So my name wasn't on it, so Waterstones literally couldn't find me. They couldn't, you know, type in my name and there she is, now we found her books. They had to go in via the ISBN, and then they were like, your name isn't on here. Professional as ever. So yeah, go on there, make sure your name is on there, that all your pricing matches up with Ingram Spark, that everything is perfect. And then there's a bit where it says distributor, go on there and make sure that says Ingram. If it doesn't, you have to fill in like an online form thing that gets sent off to them, where you say, my book is available through Ingram. You should notice then that once they've come back to you and said, yep, that's updated, that it will now say the book is available through Ingram and Gardner's and Bertram's, like the other distributors that Ingram work with. So once Nielsen is all accurate, you then go to Waterstones. They have an independent publishers department. You go to that department, you go on their website, I'll link it below. There's loads of information on there. I would recommend it for a good point of information of how to do it. There's an email address on there. You email it and say, hi, this book, this ISBN, it's now available through Ingram. And they say, wonderful, and they update it. What you should then find is that your book, which may have been listed on Waterstones before but was probably unavailable, will now say that it's available. It was what was frustrating me, because I was thinking, well, I know that Ingram can supply Waterstones and I can see that my book is on their website. I had a friend who went into Waterstones with a book voucher and thought, I want to buy this book, please order it for me. And they were like, we can't. So, but they probably couldn't even find it because my name wasn't on there. So anyway, that means that kind of joins all the loops, so that if you go into Waterstones, that they are able to stock your book. If you publish via KDP, it's slightly different. You publish your book, you make your book available, you know, and then go on to Nielsen, make sure that's accurate. You then need to go via a company called Gardner's. So Ingram work with Gardner's anyway, but KDP don't, and KDP don't have a direct relationship with Waterstones. So you need to go to Gardner's, set up an account. I think you have to send a sample of your book. They like a 60% trade discount, but they will accept lower discounts. So, you know, speak to them and organise that if you need to do a 40% discount, because let's face it, as indies, our printing costs are high. So you set up your account, make all the information correct, and then again you go to Waterstones and say, hi, my book's available through Gardeners, and they say great, and update the information their end. So that's how it's done. I would then at that point go into the shop and say, can you just look on your system, are you able to buy this book, does that all look good? Great. So that's why it's quite helpful to have that relationship. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that now you have nationwide distribution and every Waterstones you go into, there is your book, because they haven't heard of you, and why would they buy your book? So what you need to do is start doing the legwork. So if you can, physically go into the shop, ask to speak to the manager, take your books with you so that you can show how lovely they are, talk about how great your books are, offer to do events. You could do book signings, you could do storytelling sessions, you could do multi-author events, like just, you know, offer to be part of that community and see if the book is willing to, the shop is willing to stock your book, or work with you on events or any of that stuff, and go from there. If you don't live near the shop, but let's say your book was about London, the whole of London, let's make that more specific, let's say Hastings, and then you could email Hastings Waterstones, I don't know if there is one, and say, hi, I've got a book set in Hastings, do you think that you might like to stock that? Then that would be up to them. But unfortunately that's the way it has to go. You have to contact the books directly, unless they happen to stumble across your book and they decide they want to stock it, or your book sells so well that they all tell each other. Otherwise you're going to have to go shop by shop. So that's how to get into Waterstones, and other national chains are going to be similar. If you want to work with independent bookshops, the thing to do here is to go to the shop. Again, go in person, ideally, with your books, talk to them so that they can meet you. Again, talk to them about how you can do events. If they'd like to stock your book, that would be wonderful. You know, you're willing to work with them. Again, if they're not local, then you maybe can't offer all of those things, and you can just send them a message and see how it goes. But so you can tell them that your book is available via Gardeners or Bertram's or Ingram or all of those, and they may just stock your books if that's something that they want to do, if it suits their shop and all of that. Alternatively, they may wish to work with you on a sale or return basis. So in that case, you give them some of your books, and if they sell your books, they will give you a percentage. So it will probably be that they keep 60% and they keep 40% and you get 60%. I don't know why I found that so hard. Or if they don't sell your books, they give them back to you. So it removes the risk for them. It means that they've not got your books sitting around for all of time if they don't sell. Of course, the risk for you is that the books could get shop damaged. I guess if that's the case, you have to decide what you're going to do with them, whether you take that up with the shop, or whether you do accept the returns and then maybe sell them at cost, or maybe just take the hit. Maybe you could donate them somewhere, I don't know. So that is another way that they may wish to work. Now, don't forget, you don't only have to stock your books in bookshops. Think outside of the box. If your book is about animals, could you stock it at a pet shop? If your book is about a particular place, could you make sure it's stocked in like tourist shops or like local interest shops, like tourist destination type places? If your book is about the sea, can it be in an aquarium? If you get the message. So contact those specific places. This is my book, would you like to stock it? Again, going in person, you may have to sell it to them directly. You may have to do a sale or return thing. You know, just let them know this is where you can buy my book. You may have to work with other distributors and be willing to do that. If they say, sorry, this is where we get our stock from, see if you can supply that distributor to get into that shop, if that's what you want to do. But unfortunately, as an indie, you have to do the legwork. You don't have some massive presence as a big publisher that enables that book to just get kind of distributed to everybody because you were published by whoever. As I say, the chances are nobody's heard of you, and even if they loved your book, they don't know you exist. So you have to go out there and say, hello, I'm brilliant, buy my book. And that's the only way, really. And as I say, if you're lucky, word of mouth might mean that people hear about you and want to stock your book. But otherwise, yeah, Sorry, it's on you, but that's the way it is as an indie, so you know. Like I said, please do put information below if you've got anything further that you can add to help people out with how to get into bookstores, how to work with bookstores. Please do like this video if you found it helpful, and let people know, I guess. Tell them, this video was great. I'm so tired. You can tell it's half term. Well, do I have anything else to say today? I don't think I do. Yeah, good. Brilliant ending. Well done, Emma. So yeah, please like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Leave me a comment if there's any other kind of indie publishing problems you would like me to tackle. I think I'm going to talk about libraries in an upcoming video. So, but yeah, let me know if you would like me to cover anything. And I will see you all soon for a new video. And take care.